So by rearranging this term, see k2t 1 upon a minus b, 1 upon a minus b we have taken common here, 1 upon a minus t, a minus b is taken common here from both. So here out of bracket and in bracket ln a minus x upon b minus x minus this ln a upon b. We know that this is the logarithmic difference, and in logarithm difference is indicated by, or a difference is nothing but dividation. So we can write in dividation form also, so I'm writing here equation. So k2t, so k2t equal to 1 upon a minus b, that common term we have taken here, 1 upon a minus b into, in bracket, ln a minus ln a minus x upon b minus x divided by, so ln a minus x upon b minus x upon a minus b. So this equation here, so if this equation written in rearranged format, k2t equal to 1 upon a minus b ln a minus x upon b minus x. So a minus b after inversion it becomes a upon b, after inversion b upon a. So the equation becomes k2t equal to 1 upon a minus b into ln this b multiplied to this a minus x upon a into b minus x. So this equation we obtain, and after taking logarithm to base 10, after taking logarithm to base 10, we get here k2t equal to 2.303, because to convert natural logarithm to base 10 we have to take here 2.303 a minus b. Now here log to the base 10 b into a minus x upon a into b minus x. So this is the equation, is the rate equation for second order reaction, rate equation for second order reaction with unequal initial concentration, unequal initial concentration, unequal initial concentration. So the equation becomes for unequal initial concentration and for equal initial concentration. For equal initial concentration we have taken, for equal initial concentration we have written the equation, that is k2 equal to 1 upon t into x upon a into a minus x for equal initial concentration. This is the equation for equal initial concentration, and equal initial concentration, and for unequal initial concentration, that is k2 equal to, so here we have to arrange this t to the right. So k2 equal to 1 upon t, or 2.303 upon t. So by rearrange this equation we obtain the value of K2. So K2 equal to 2.303 upon T into A minus B to log to the base 10 B into A minus X upon A into B minus X. So this is the equation with equal initial concentration, and this is with unequal initial concentration of reactant. Unequal initial concentration of reactant. Now in this term we have to see the unit for second order reaction. Unit for second order reaction. Now in the unit of this second order reaction, see this unequal initial concentration. For unequal initial concentration, the unit we have written here. See, this is the concentration term, this is concentration term. So these two concentration term gets cancelled here, two concentration terms gets cancelled. Now when these two concentration term gets cancelled, then unit for K2, unit for K2 we can write 2.303. So 1 upon this unit of time into unit of concentration, unit of concentration. In the same way, into this is unit of concentration, unit of concentration. So concentration unit gets cancelled, concentration units gets cancelled. When these units gets cancelled, the unit becomes time inverse and concentration inverse. So when concentration is measured in, concentration is in moles per liter, moles per liter, when concentration is moles is in moles per liter, and time in seconds, when we taken time in seconds and concentration in moles per liter, then the unit for second order reaction, unit for second order reaction, unit for second order reaction is moles per liter inverse per second. Moles per liter inverse per second is the unit for second order reaction. This is the unit for second order reaction. Now we have to see the half life time for second order reaction, or time required to complete any fraction, time required to complete any fraction. Now we have to see here half life time for second order reaction, that is T 1/2, or it may be written T.5. So we have to discuss here about the half life period for second order reaction. See, for equal initial concentration, for equal initial concentration, for equal initial concentration, the rate equation is what? K2 equal to 1 upon T x upon A into A minus X, 1 upon T x upon A into A minus X is the rate equation for second order reaction with equal initial concentration. Now when T is equal to T.5 or T half life period, then x is equal to what? X is equal to A by 2. X is equal to A by 2 means initial concentration of reactant is exactly half. So x is equal to A by 2. Now x is equal to A by 2, by substituting these value we get K2 equal to 1 upon T.5, K2 equal to 1 upon T.5. Then x is equal to A by 2 divided by A into A minus X. Value of x is A by 2, A by 2. Now see here K2 equal to, solving this equation, K2 equal to 1 upon T.5 by solving this equation a by 2 upon by making the denominator same, so a as it is here multiplied by 2, 2a minus a by 2, 2a minus a by 2, that is a by 2. So k2 equal to 1 upon t 0.5 into a by 2 upon here a into 2a minus a, that is a by 2, a by 2. So a by 2 gets cancelled here, a by 2 gets cancelled. So when a by 2 gets cancelled, then equation becomes k2 equal to 1 upon t 0.5 into 1 upon a, 1 upon a. We have to find out the value of t 0.5, that is half lifetime required to complete the reaction. Half time, that is rearranging this equation for t 1 by 2 or t 0.5 equal to 1 upon k2 into 1 upon a, or simply we can write t 0.5 equal to 1 upon k2 into a. So this equation indicates that the half lifetime or time required to complete any fraction is dependent on initial concentration. Say a term is there in the equation for the half lifetime t 0.5, 1 upon k2 into a. So in this equation term a included. A is what? It is the initial concentration. So the time required to complete any fraction for second order reaction is depends on initial concentration. Initial concentration, if we change, the time required for the reaction will be changed. So initial concentration is important in case of second order reaction, and for first order reaction we know that t 0.5 equal to 0.699 upon k1, 0.699 upon k1. So in this equation, so it's 693 upon k1. So this equation doesn't contain the term k1, doesn't contain the term a. So a is initial concentration. So this lifetime is this time required to complete any fraction of reaction is independent of initial concentration, because it doesn't contain the term a, but here second order reaction contain the term a. So the time required to complete the second order reaction, any fraction of the second order reaction, is depends on initial concentration. So when changes initial concentration, it will be there will be change in the time required for completion of the second order reaction. So this is about the second order reaction. We saw second order reaction for rate equation of the second order reaction for equal initial concentration 0.5 equal to 1 upon k2 into a. So half lifetime here. So these are the term we have we already studied in the second order reaction. We have discussed the rate constant for equal initial concentration. This is the rate constant for unequal initial concentration. This is the unit of second order reaction. This is the half lifetime of second order reaction, which depends on initial concentration of reactant. So this is second order reaction. See certain examples of second order reaction. So in example, see saponification of ester. Saponification of ester is an example of second order reaction. See the reaction between persulfate and iodide ion. Reaction between persulfate and iodide ion I thought we have done practical for this in last year TYBSE. So persulfate and iodide ion reaction between persulfate and iodide ion is an example of uh, second order reaction. So saponification of ester, here ethyl acetate is there, which when treated with NaOH, then there will be formation of sodium salt CS3COONA plus C2H5OH. So saponification of ester. So in the saponification of ester, the rate of reaction depends on concentration of both ester as well as this alkali NaOH, sodium hydroxide. So if the concentration of one of the reactant changed, there will be change in the overall rate of reaction. So saponification of ester is a example of second order reaction. Also persulfate and iodide ion, reaction between persulfate and iodide ion is an example of second order reaction. So in second order, if any one of the concentration of reactant changed, there will be change in overall rate of reaction. Now sometime if one of the reactant of the two, if taken in excess concentration, if concentration of one of the reactant is taken in excess, then reaction becomes first order. If one of the concentration of one of the reactant is kept constant, or say taken in excess, that means there will be no effect of the change in concentration of that particular reactant on rate of reaction. So rate doesn't change. If suppose that if we have taken the NaOH in excess, then the overall rate of reaction doesn't changes with change in concentration of NaOH, because it is present in already in large quantity. So small change in the concentration will have no effect on the overall rate of reaction. So overall rate of reaction doesn't changes here by taking excess concentration. So as long as the concentration of both the reactant, is in limit, the reaction is of second order, and when the concentration of one of the reactant is taken in excess, then second order reaction becomes first order reaction. Okay, so this is about second order reaction, its rate equation with equal initial concentration, unequal initial concentration, half life period, the examples of first order reaction when it changes to, examples of second order reaction when it changes to first order reaction. So all the factors we have discussed here about zero order, first order reaction, second order reaction. Okay, now we have to discuss some points of chemical kinetics about third order reaction, some other points that also we have to discuss, that we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you.